Hello, everyone, and welcome back. Star Ladder Season 12, and, well, we're in the middle of a best-of-3 matchup right now between Moscow5 and Duza Gaming. Game number 1, pretty unfortunate there for Moscow5 at the end. Their Shadow Fiend DC'd, couldn't make it back in. We stalled out as long as we could. It must have been like 10 to 15 minutes, but he just couldn't get back, and they had to do it without him, and they couldn't get it done. And it's Duza who clean up and take game number 1.
It would have been cool to see it come back, but it wasn't even close due to them microing. I mean, the game was already stupidly close to start things off with, but trying to play two heroes when they have some certain edges and then you can't buy back your carry because he's disconnected, that was the worst one by far. Yeah. They could have maybe had a chance if they could buy back, but they fell apart really fast afterwards due to the fact that their carry was gone, and they were like, well, that's 90 seconds every time he dies, so kind of makes things tough when they have that advantage over you. They can press that button.
Yeah, so. Well, Seeker could do it. They need to take a lesson out from them, I guess, to be able to take the best of a situation where they're going to be losing a couple of their players. But they get a fresh chance here to still at least even things up and try to push it to a game number 3. So here we are, Duza Moscow5. And leading into this draft, Duza Gaming, they opt to remove the Sniper and Shadow Fiend. Moscow5 removed the Axe Jug, but that means Troll's going to be left out there. And Duza Gaming grab it up for the first pick. The immediate response from Moscow5 is getting the Bat Rider and Vengeful Spirit.
We've also got a line that hasn't been banned either, so that's the other top tier support. Earthshaker as well has been very popular in the first phase, but against a Bat, I'd say maybe Earthshaker is a bit stronger because you can Fissure as he initiates if you're in the right position, but in the late game, Earthshaker is a little bit tough to use against Bat because all that damage over time makes it hard to blink around, but yeah, we could see either a Lion or maybe even a Core being picked up here. Juggernaut was banned, Axe is banned, a lot of other big cores.
It always seems like the safe bet is to kind of lead in with a couple of supports after getting one of those prized precious cores who have been left behind. I already mentioned once, this doesn't seem to be either team looking to reach for something like a Wisp here. It's like, oh, we don't care much for that. They might just probably go with the safe bet and get something like you said, that Lion seems to be a bit of a tempting grab. Or if you're going more defensive, the Dazzle has been a go-to for a lot of these teams. Something they can also fall back on.
I really like the Venge pick with the Bat Rider because Venge is the obvious counter to Bat Rider, so they give themselves a top-tier support that maybe isn't synergistic with their lineup yet, but it also prevents them from insta-picking the Venge in Retribution. So more likely makes them a little unsure what they're going to pick, and they do pick Earthshaker to counter potentially as Bat blinks in. If you Fissure him, then you're going to delay his escape, and hopefully you can kill him right there.
And Earthshaker do it from far away, too. It feels like he'll be a full screen length away, and then the Fissure just comes out of nowhere. And then your Bat is going to be caught in a bind. And we saw last game, that Earthshaker, man, it was limbo, and it looks like he could be reprinting that role. And I would not be surprised because he put in some serious work.
He's got to be really careful with the Troll on his team, though, because you have to be so careful about Fissure blocking. If you're playing a melee carry like Troll Warlord, then you have to worry about getting back over the Fissure. I mean, it's easy if you're playing like Slark or Phantom Assassin or something like that, but with a Troll Warlord or a Juggernaut or something, you have to be very careful with where your Fissures go, because sometimes you need to go to the opposite side. So, but I'm sure these guys are good enough where that won't be a major issue, but we could see. I mean, right now it looks like the Fissure is less of a problem for Moscow5 because they have both Avenge and Bat.
Yeah. We'll have to see if they look to follow it up. They could put more team impact behind this Earthshaker to really make it a bit more valuable. But what happened to the old... There was a period there for a while when you get something like a Troll to lead things in. A lot of teams kind of fell back, and there was a period where Omni Knight seemed to be a go-to. It's kind of to help out. You get your free little BKB there. Guardian Angel could be a nuisance. Some of these top grabs don't necessarily are diffusal carriers, you know, Shadow Fiend and Troll, obviously, Axe, and some of these heroes could have a bit of a problem with someone like Omni Knight, but it seems like those days are over, and you can get someone like, well, Dazzle. Who's
I did cast a game with Zyori on Monday where they picked a Dazzle, and they countered it with Doombringer. They thought either, well, I'll just Doom the Omni Knight, or they grabbed the smallest Satyr Creep, which has the Purge ability, so free Diffusal Blade, basically. That's a counter that you can use, or you can use like a Storm Spirit, maybe go on the Omni. You basically need to kill the Omni first before the rest of the team fight happens. So rather than trying to fight through the repelled target with the Diffusal Blade, you can just try to kill the Omni first, and that's a solution, especially with Bat Rider. I mean, Bat Rider can jump on Omni. Even if he's repelled, it's not a big deal. And it's not like Omni's HP is that huge, nor is his armor that huge that a lot of the times you can chain stun him enough where he's just completely done and pick him off there. So I think that's why we're not seeing that much Omni, because people are decent at playing around him. He definitely is annoying sometimes and is good sometimes, but I think his strengths are really about purification damage and synergy with a core.
Yeah.
And his second one is just Guardian Angel. Repel can be really obnoxious sometimes.
He can have a hard
play
time in
around
the
him.
laning phase too.
Exactly. He's a weak laner.
It's hard, but if he does get to that stride, things can be pretty dramatically. I agree with you. There's a lot you can build around him, but banning phase goes out. Slark and AA going to be removed from Duza, and Moscow5 they get rid of the Dazzle and the Witch Doctor. More top priority supports that are going to be taken away from the board, but the Night Stalker third pick here, Moscow5, throw that into the ringer. And I believe it's something they have ran before. This is the squad that likes to run with the 4-position Night Stalker, much similar to how we just saw Bignum do the support Brew. I believe it was yesterday in one of their matchups they did this Night Stalker as a roaming 4-position.
So is he like a core that plays support, but he really wants to play core instead, and therefore they're like, let's play around the fact that I don't want to play support.
I mean, he's a drafter, so he's probably like, listen, we're just going to do what I want. So
Yeah.
if I pick myself a Night Stalker, guys, deal with it. But,
It's potentially really strong. I mean, Night Stalker's Void ability is a pretty low cooldown, and it's really high damage. I think 335 for Magic is, 335 for a nuke is really high. It is single target, but the slow is pretty significant, 50% slow for 4 seconds at night. And obviously having a Fear or a Silence is really strong. If we look at Skywrath Mage, a lot of the time Sky is mostly picked due to the fact that he has a way to lock down a hero. So the Silence is really good in team fights as well. It's another counter hero like Omni Knight, any Silence is going to be useful. But the most important thing is that his Darkness has been changed in a way that it's actually useful to use it during nighttime even, because it reduces vision range by a stupid amount. It was pretty good before, but now it's even worse. It's
so good. It works on wards too.
Yeah.
So even your ward vision, if you're got a team you're trying to throw together like an Earthshaker or any sort of Blink Initiator where you're counting on that little glimpse, that little opportunity to make your jump play. I mean, Night Stalker just kind of rains on your parade, and you have no setup, or if you're working around the Roach Pit, things get a bit sticky. And with how they changed up that Darkness, you really don't know that when he pops it, if it's necessarily him about to engage or if they're looking to get objectives done elsewhere. So.
And the eggs pickup, if you happen to farm 4,000 gold, you solve your issue of being a squishy support by having an item that gives you, about 400 HP. But most importantly, it allows you to help engage properly on your opponents. And in combination with a Bat Rider, it's a really good synergy. If you can deward them, use your Darkness ultimate, and then have a vision advantage over your opponents, your fights can be good. And they grab a Zeus as well.
More vision advantage.
Which combos with more vision advantage. You've got True Sight with lightning bolts. As your smoke breaks, you can pop the Zeus ulti to know exactly where their heroes are and guarantee your Zeus damage, and then from there you can jump into the old fight. So right now, I think their disables are a little weak. They're okay on Moscow5 here, but most importantly, it's all about initiating first, in my opinion. Duza Gaming is more of a standard draft here with Troll as a hard carry, Earthshaker, and a Lion. And it's the same two supports I had last game, I believe. Hopefully the Lion King does Blink Dagger before 35 minutes this game. It'll help so much if he does, because then he can counter-initiate Bat Rider, he can go on the Zeus, he can try to lock down the Night Stalker before he gets silenced. If it's the opposite, then he's going to have a really bad time, especially at night. If it's a 9-second silence duration or 8-second silence duration at level 4. That's tough to deal with.
And if I remember correctly, this Night Stalker, the moment that the 4-minute Nightfall comes too, he's like ready to party.
He goes.
He's like, it's time to go.
What
All
level
right, I got a quarter to meet.
He's like level 3 or 4 or something like that.
I want to say last time they ran dual lanes.
Okay.
So he still managed to put together, like level 2, 3 at that point, and they managed to make ganks happen. And he got that quota of bringing in, I remember, like 2 kills in the first Nightfall. But sometimes it doesn't always go that way. Sometimes you get, a bit perplexed in your laning setup. You're not as farmed as you'd like to be for that first Nightfall because it does come sooner than it used to.
Yeah.
And things can change a bit. And if you're not really getting these kills and early ganks, your Night Stalker could be in a bit of an awkward place as the mid game breaks out. So they're putting a lot into what feels like a good early game, and then allowing the Bat Rider to really thrive in the mid game. And then whoever this 5th pick is, they got to get someone to round out the late game. It doesn't feel like they have good overall just raw damage there.
Talking about Moscow5.
Moscow5, yeah.
Well, Zeus in a lot of ways can be towards a carry in a way. A lot of Zeuses as well are buying Midas that they can guarantee that their late game will have eggs and maybe a refresher. But yeah, you're definitely right. Their damage output is not that amazing right now. And again, Bat Rider, while Bat Rider is a strong hero, his damage is not amazing. It's more about initiating. They do have the Vengora as well, which will help their lack of damage, but they definitely need something that has a lot of carry potential. They're going to ban a Morphling, which I think is a pretty cool idea. They could definitely create a lot of space with the heroes that they have in the early game, and then relying on Morphling in the late game to just blow up Troll. And Morph is pretty good against Troll for that reason, because if Troll's BKB isn't up, you just E-Blade him, and then you hit him with a lot of magic nukes. You don't force the right click fight. You don't want to fight troll in melee range with your other carry, you want to use something that has a bit of a different style towards getting the kill. Storm is another good example. Jump in, blow them up, or Morphling. So I'm not sure what they're going to grab.
The Slasher Core Silencer. That's what I'm feeling right here. But no, there's a lot of big team
I don't think that's the troll.
Man.
The troll pick.
Yeah.
It's going to blind you, and then you're...
It's like, I was hoping to be in the back. But that's where he gets that Shadow Blade, dude. That's what he said. He said Shadow Blade was the trick. What's troll going to do about that?
Well, a lot of people are building Shadow Blades on cores and pro games right now.
Like Queen of Pain.
Like,
I've seen a lot of Queen of Pain. I've seen a lot of Lena get Shadow Blade.
You're looking at it as the snowball item. It's not that expensive. It can be countered, but as long as you follow it up, if it's like a follow-up to your Orchid or something like that, you're really looking for just your initiation. So Medusa,
make the call out for late game, and you don't get much more potent late game than
it'll be
Medusa.
Okay. The only downside is that they are against a lion, maybe, and he can drain his mana, but that's pretty limited. And getting that many skill points is.
I mean, Troll wants to man fight. You can't man fight into a Stone Gaze.
That's a good point.
Things get a bit weird there, but if they do withstand the Troll Gaze, then or the Stone Gaze rather, then Troll can really get in there and try to rip her to shreds. And now they have the 5th pick here. Do they look to kind of counter this back a bit? I mean, whether they have their off lane already. They have their core potential mid laner. Is it OD? No.
Yeah, I felt they needed more damage here because against an Earthshaker and a Lion, they have good damage, but it's bursty. And if Medusa survives through that, then they're going to have a really hard time killing Duza unless the troll is right on top of him. And with all the disables that Moscow5 has, they can definitely save the Duza. So I think Magnus is a good call here. Not only can he empower the troll and give him cleave and tons of damage, Troll already has tons of attack speed, so giving him a damage buff on top of that with the Battle Fury effect is going to do a lot for Troll. So I think that's good for damage, and then Magnus can also jump in the back. They're going to have Ravage and an RP. If they can get through the laning stage fine and get to the mid or late game, their team fight's going to be really strong to counter what Moscow5 has, but Moscow5's overall ganking is a lot stronger.
I mean, this has BTS moment written all over for Duza Gaming.
Yeah, it really does.
RP, Ravage, Echo Slam,
AoE Finger of Death.
I mean, Agnum's finger is without a doubt gonna happen.
Yeah, obviously. It'll get that.
RP
first item, 10 minutes.
Finger, it'll probably hopefully be better timing than his Blink Dagger. So, yeah, the Agnum's. We got immediate DCs from Moscow5.
Wow, that's a lot of
DCs
still
actually.
Here.
And the game's pause. People?
Do I have to pause?
You might want to.
GG, well played, Afterlife.
Wait, what? Are we going to pause there? They're all DC'd, guys. I'll do the question mark.
This is genuinely unfair. I'm like about to press F9 here.
I don't think we can. I mean, I don't think we have the authority.
I definitely don't. I'm new here.
This is already a pretty big I mean, I imagine they have to.
All right.
Maybe it's a glitch. So maybe they're actually here. No, they're definitely.
When you play a game of Dota 2, it helps when your heroes can move at the same time as your opponents.
Thank you, John Madden. Yes.
It's this looks like it's going to be a disadvantage for Moscow5 because by the time the creeps spawn, 2 of them still have to choose their hero.
No bounty rune happening. I can't believe we're actually why has no one paused? Like, am I high right now? What's happening?
Do we have to?
Troll's now DC'd.
Is this a remake?
I think it's got to be a remake. No one's going to agree to play it out.
Maybe the Radiant team was like sure that a remake was going to happen. Maybe they have Dota lag second.
Dota lag. We couldn't.
They're like,
pause.
Hold up, guys. One of our players is missing from the lobby. Let's pause.
I think there might be a DC.
Do they not understand?
They're like, our troll DC. We have to pause now.
It's possible they don't understand their opponents are missing. Is what I'm thinking.
I don't know, dude. You get in a game like this, you're looking at the top of the screen to be like, what kind of lanes are we dealing with?
Are they going to be like troll? They are
asking. They're asking go.
Oh my god! I was so
team to respond.
I was really hoping that would happen. Can we just watch this? I don't care if there's a remake. I just want to watch this play out until the moment they realize.
I mean, do I say there's no Radiant team there?
I bet you the casters left too. It's basically just us and the enemy team, which is fine, right?
They're as long as Duza is here, then we know that we're not going to
miss the game.
We're not missing the game.
They're like, damn, they are playing really secretive right now. They didn't see anything.
Whoa, Purge, it's
over. They won. They won.
Duza Gaming end the series 2-0, and probably was one of the quickest finishes I've ever seen in game number 1.
I think they just got outdrafted.
They said GG.
They just got outplayed. That's frankly all that happened right there. There was no
the Night Stalker.
Look at their gold advantage. Look how many more items they had. Like, how can you compete with that advantage?
I mean, at least King R, he brought together good gold early. Could have got his Blink Dagger, but
look at the line. He really put up a good job farming this game. 43,799 gold per minute this game. Very impressive. Much better than the previous game.
I mean, overall, it's just been top to bottom. It's a whole new Duza lineup. I think they're going to be ready for their next challenge opportunity in the next phase to take on a team like Seeger with a lineup like that. We're just kidding. Overall, obviously, something went wrong real quick. Everyone's freaking out, but we managed to make our way into the new lobby.
Yeah.
I told you, dude, at the start. I don't know what the hell is happening with Star Ladder and what water they're drinking, but the Dota's been out of control.
Were those guys messing with us, or were they genuinely not anticipating?
They actually asked in all chat, go?
And then, but they pressed play and then said, ask for go. I don't know. I think those guys were just messing with us, honestly.
I mean, I had good fun with it, but we're already hopping back into our new game here. This is ridiculous. So hopefully everyone looks to connect. I'm sure it's going to be an AP, and we'll be able to get the repicks underway. So in all seriousness, I guess I can take this moment. I never got to officially look. I'd wagered that this was going to be like a 50-50 kind of a matchup.
Oh, wow.
But believe it or not, it's Moscow5, the newest team to come into Star Ladder, replacing Virtus Pro, who had the 73% odds favorite over Duza.
I'm gonna assume that's because they were getting more game wins in their previous sets. So because they kept losing 1-2 in both of their previous sets, whereas Duza went 0-2, that people were really assuming that was going to be a free win. So this could be a huge upset. That's a lot of rares. 73, 27 or whatever.
Yeah, yesterday in the secret matchup against Moscow5, it was like 96-4. And Moscow5 won the first game. Can you imagine how people were like, I'm about to win $1 million.
Yeah.
I put down one comment and I'm about to win $1 million.
That's basically what's happening.
No, so
$1 million comments is more like it, but whatever you can sell us
yeah,
for
no.
minis, you make your
A lot
money.
of people get real excited on value bets like that, and I guess this would be a value bet certainly. I mean, Duza already winning off with the first game. I was going to say it could have been a coin flip's chance. I've seen potential from both of these teams already.
Yeah.
And
I mean, if you think it's 50% and your chance to win items are doubled, you might as well throw down one big thing.
Yeah, get rid of
not a betting man.
that funny little clockwork cog set you got there. Or something
Wow, they're
like
picking really fast. First time I've seen a Spirit Breaker ban in first round.
Meepo's got to go because obviously Moscow5, they got their Meepo lineup ready to go.
They do.
And you know,
Undyne as well. Who's their last hero? Magnus.
No, they're missing someone else. Who could think of it first? It was Tidehunter. Got it. I win.
That
Purge.
team fight. I was actually looking at the Moscow5 team, but
oh, fine, fair enough.
I couldn't think of either, so you still beat me.
Yes.
I almost said Night Stalker before you did.
Oh, well. Sorry, Daywalker. Tidehunter. Okay. So, do you not worry at all, Duza, with this ridiculously big team fight setup that they're putting a bit too much around these ultimates? Like, what if something goes wrong and they miss their RP and they miss the Ravage? Are they stuck with nothing left in the tank, or is it like, oh, we got to troll still? And
I think the really important ability here is going to be RP, because that's the one that goes through Magic Immunity. So once BKB start coming out for Moscow5, although they don't have a lot of natural or BKB carriers, Zeus may pick one up at some point due to the Ravage and stuff, but RP still goes through that, so they have a guaranteed way to lock down regardless of maybe like a Ravage not going super swimmingly. So I think it's okay for them. The only issue is that they have to get those guys to level 6 so that they can have those big team fight ultimates. While the game is very different when there's two teams in here. Barrett is going to get chased, one fissure. They won't be able to connect on that, and that's actually a really unfortunate spot to get spotted for Duza. If the Barretter didn't run directly at them there, Duza would have been able to go to the high ground and then initiate afterwards.
There's still 40 seconds before this rune even shows up. These teams just love to fight.
Very different than the previous matchup, that's for sure. We have Tide placing Observer Ward on the bot lane. He's going to actually block the small camp. This is a really good spot, just about to the righter extreme position that you can place. So the small camp will be blocked, and we'll see if it gets dewarded. Do we have any sentries yet? I like focusing on the support game.
No, yeah, because then you know you can hold a bit of that golden reserve and see if you need the sentry. But Vengeful Spirit, this is the support game you don't want to play though. Afterlife, see you later. The Straggler gets caught out right there. Beautifully set up the fissure. Helps lead the charge, and of all the people to get the kill, it's Undershock, the mid lane Magnus, who gets to get a bit of a boost. Plus the bounty rune. Mid lane's won.
It's over. Game's won.
It's over. Just as fast as last game, I think Duza are going to be off to a good head start. But yeah, in all seriousness,
we're bringing out the magic stick too, so he really wants extra mana. This is extra dangerous because Magnus's Shockwave is one of the most mana efficient to damage ratio spells in the whole game. So any spells and extra stick charges he gets from here is going to translate immediately to harass and last hits. So look at that, uses the first one right at the start and off to a good start.
Yeah. So he'll take advantage of that first blood, early bounty rune, and try to take control of this lane against the Zeus. Let's scout our off lane here. It's Batrider again, the gentleman with the name. I don't know what it is, but it's Batrider. He's going to be going toe-to-toe in a matchup with Lion, your troll farming core, and then they even have the Earthshaker here going to be working with your pull camp here. It's Batrider after all, trying to be zoned back from this Lion. Should still be able to finagle his way into some early CS and XP, but again, we'll have to see how hard he could be zoned back into a situation where he might have to go to the jungle. For now, though, he gets some good early shots on Lion, even gets blocked back. The fissure actually doesn't connect for Limbo there, but he's got clarities. He's okay.
On the other side of the map, the block has proved to be really, really unfortunate for Moscow5 here, because remember, they're playing a super greedy support in Night Stalker, and look what he's done. He's run across the map to try to maybe help out with one of these supports getting killed, but he really needs to pull here, because now his level 4, or at least when it's 4 minutes and becomes nighttime, he's not going to have any levels. He's going to be level 1, level 2 maybe, unless he gets some kills here. So the block was really well done there by the Tidehunter, and it's unfortunate that Moscow5 wasn't there to spot it out. And again, they went boots as well on Night Stalker, so the super greedy lineup they went, but they didn't cover their own rune spot or their own pull spots. Now they're just no EXP game here.
And that pull spot was blocked too, so it's just Tidehunter getting you know, the creeps where he wants, and he's even able to kind of get in there and get some CS. So this is a dream start for your Tidehunter. And
he can definitely bully the Medusa as well. She can throw a snake maybe, but if he gets into range and drops an Anchor Smash, she's not getting last hits as reliably. So he's going to hit level 6 really fast, which is exactly what Duza needed due to the fact that they picked so many teamfight heroes here.
Yeah, good for them. So they're going to look to unleash their fury in that mid-game period once those level 6s do come together. ZXC, though, he does have the fortune to build with some CS now under the tower. Vengeful Spirit makes a return from scouting out and picking up the bounty rune there at the bottom, and will try to help with Tide, but Tide's like, it's okay, I'm going to move back and maybe begin some early stackage on this ancient camp, but at least hide out for now. Mid lane, though, Magnus with that early boost. He's at 17 in OCS to Zeus's 11 and 0.
He's doing really well.
So he's got that strong start still. Zeus is making the best of it with some bottle crowing here, just getting what regen he can to burst down the creeps and add some nuke damage onto the Magnus.
Well, that Zeus skill build, he went 2 in Arc Lightning early. Interesting. Gives him slightly more damage. It can push the lane a bit more, jump 7 times instead of 5, which won't really matter until later, but kind of interesting. Most people don't do that. They max out the lightning bolt as fast as they can, so this is going to make his bolt a little bit weaker by 6 or 7. We might see Night Stalker in some trouble. If he can land a skewer here, maybe he can get a kill. Oh, I don't like this decision to go the other way. That was not the... I mean, it didn't matter. He was going to get caught by Troll either way. He's going to buy items.
They're just going to patty cake him. There's going to be the skewer.
And he's not even wasting mana. He's just going to give him a little kick to the butt, and that's a dead Night Stalker.
So I already said that as well. Like, why does he kick? Why does the Magnus kick? He's got little frump legs. It's not like he's going to be kicking him in the face. Kicking him in the shin.
Look how beefy that hero is, though. He's got these big arms on top of it. Like, his legs have to be strong, okay?
I'm sure they're strong. It's just he can't get them high. The trajectory of the kick.
it's literally a kneecap. Like, back of the knee. It's more like you're making him fall, and then he hits his face on the ground.
To run away as a Night Stalker, and now you kick me in the shin.
69 physical damage. Just...
Well, it continues to just get better and better for Magnus. Now 2-0 at this early head start of his mid-game period. He's going to get a fabulously timed Blink Dagger and level 6 at this rate. Zeus trying to get at least the rune. He does grab it as the Skewer moves forward. Undershock, immediate TP. Playing it safe, goes back to the fountain, gets a bottle, gets a bit of regen, and will walk on back. Flo's been stacking up the Ancient Camp, but look who's quickly there. The support Vengeful Spirit uses one of her sentry wards to block out the camp, so he can't get any more out of it.
Well, the one really important thing to look at is Night Stalker is still level 1. It's nighttime. Actually doesn't even have Hunter in the night yet, so nighttime actually does nothing for this guy, except for the fact that he gets bonus vision range. So he's essentially accomplished a whole lot of nothing. I feel like he would have done more just by stacking. There are some good stacks on the large camp for the Batrider, but he could have got another stack camp up to like 4 or 5, and then maybe sapped experience as the Batrider took it or something like that. Like, I don't know. I feel like it's kind of the issue here with the support Night Stalker. If he just got sentries and dewarded that ward, he could be decent level. And look, they did actually get a sentry, but they didn't catch it because he put it in the lower right position.
And they don't have the second sentry to look otherwise, because they use that second sentry on the ancient stack, which is justified in a sense. But you're right, man. This Night Stalker, it's kind of like looking at a 4th grader dressed up like Dracula. It's not very scary, but
really isn't. Oh, he's fast now. His wings look cool, guys.
Whoa! Hold on a second. Mouth opened up. He's ready to hunt.
His mouth is actually so creepy, man.
It's like Predator.
They did a great job making that hero really terrifying.
Why can't they give that same love to like Zeus or Slardar? That's just the problem right there. But he'll make the best of it. He's got some solo XP time because I guess Zeus needed to walk back, so He'll get a moment there, but don't roll the dice too hard here. Magnus will get a hold of you, and he's level 6 now. So, oh my God, you're level 6 Magnus. Zeus is also level 6, so that they have that global bit of burst coming down for them. But I don't see any sort of laning opportunity that Moscow5 can find early kills. Not till this Bat Rider is able to get a Blink Dagger, but hey, mid lane.
Got a slow on him. This could be a dead Magnus here.
Oh.
It's getting kind of low, but they're going to need another nuke.
They still have the ult.
Is
it enough?
Another slow from Earthshaker.
Oh, they got the Void. Now
That's
the ult.
They can ult him now, but they're going to save the mana.
Oh, no, he gets the stick.
Yeah. They actually had to burn everything there. I feel like if he had a 3rd level Lightning Bolt, that would have been okay. Because this skill point only gave him a 15 damage increase for Arc Lightning, where he would have gotten an extra 100 out of the Lightning Bolt level. Like, he lived way longer than I expected him to, and it's due to the Lightning Bolt scaling really well between level 2 and level 3. I don't agree with his second Arc Lightning. He must have misclicked or something. Maybe he pressed the level up and was like, oh, I'm going to Arc Lightning this creep, and then clicked on it. That must have been it, because I just don't see the value.
He's so in the wrong that he must have messed it up.
I just don't see the value. There's no value.
I understand.
It's such little value.
I hear you. I would put more in the raw damage output than just trying to get some extra bits of more damage CS from Art Lightning.
Yeah, if you're not like laning versus a Brute as the solo Zeus, I just don't see the justification.
Well, because of that lack of burst, they still take down Undershock, but
it
he
costs
gets
him
that
an
bounty
ult.
rune.
And he got the bounty rune. He didn't have to use Thunder Gods.
Haha, fools.
Yeah.
My bounty.
Secured 50 gold.
A little bit extra XP that the gold I'm going to lose is a buffer for what the gold I could have lost.
Dude, that's reliable because it's in the bottle. He hasn't used it yet.
Yeah. Very nice. Phase now going to be complete on your troll for Duza. He's been kind of working with this top lane where he's pretty much had all the control he could ask for. He's neck and neck with top CS 42 and 18 to 41. Now 42 and 21 on this Medusa. Purge, she has been a denying machine against this Tidehunter, though.
Really good to do that. Phase boots help a lot with that just because of the bonus damage. I thought the horn just hit. We actually have a fight going on top. Stun on top of the Earthshaker. There's a nuke from Zeus. I bet he would love to have his ult. He's actually got it. No problem. Cleaning up on the troll. Maybe even Earthshaker falling. Yes, also clean up Earthshaker with more levels than the Zeus nuke. But Night Stalker's going to go down for sure. And Bat Rider's pretty low. Oh, his Firefly runs out.
Yeah.
Kick him. Yes!
That kick, man.
How do you even kick a flying bat, dude? I don't even know about that one.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm not going to use the spear thing that's good for range. I'm going to put my foot in this Bat Rider.
That's right, we're about to go on our final descent, and he just welcomes him with a kick. Welcome back to Earth. Boom. Takes him down. Your Magnus now 4-1 at this point. Would have been unscathed without that mid lane engagement, but action continues to come out. This is their stand-in, or I mean, they have lots of stand-ins, but this is their replacement. Zeus here, Necroman on there. Zeus was able to bring it in, and even with that mid lane advantage, he's quickly thrown together 3 kills. He's on a killing spree right now in this Zeus, so he's still finding his way. And efficient use of this mana as he drops his arcane boots to get the most out of his bottle, and even has a clarity on top of that. And Limbo is going to get a bit of solo XP here to try to push towards his level 6, and we'll see if he's able to throw together a reasonably timed blink, or do you think Weck is going to have to be that support who kind of gets in the priority? Who do you put more priority in getting a blink dagger on, Earthshaker or your Lion? I would say the Lion.
Lion early game, definitely.
Yeah.
In the late game, Earthshaker has way more damage output, but the gank stuff that you can do with a Lion with a blink is just too crucial. Like, if you can just get a blink dagger sub 15 minutes before people have BKBs and only have 1,000 HP, you're going to do at least 500 some yourself with a finger and an Earth Spike, plus you can Hex to start things off. So it only takes 2 heroes to get a kill in the early game if you get a blink online. It's just too good to pass up. Whereas Earthshaker, what are you going to do with the blink? You're going to get 3 stuns, but his Aftershock levels aren't really that high at that point anyways. Flow might actually get picked off here by Big Num level 5 Night Stalker, but we're going to have Lion here in time. They actually don't have mana to ravage us, but actually the attack speed helping out. Big fissure, Zeus ult as well, but the armor as well as the damage reduction, or the damage block with the armor reduction.
Vassy.
Yeah, actually that helps a lot. 3 armor is massive here.
The branches too.
That
everything.
was so close.
25 life it looked like there at the end for him to live.
Really close. He had to get another nuke off there due to the Anchor Smash and the Kraken Shell.
That troll too, man.
Yeah, and Earthshaker happened to be in the right place as well. It was
all
just,
the stars aligned.
Yeah,
yeah,
that was well done.
So good for them. They managed to withstand that small onslaught. 5-3 early on. Runes are going to be spawned out. Looks like Necroman's going to grab up the bounty on the top, which leaves Magnus with a haste rune here as he heads back to the mid lane period. He's got 2k gold. He'll probably just get a hold of his Blink Dagger and then go party at this point. And the potential is definitely there. We'll touch base with your Bat Rider, another Blink candidate, as he's getting some shared XP along with the Night Stalker. He's got his Blink first. Not enough for the smoke, but actually by the time he goes to the fountain, he can probably save up. Oh, the smoke's gonna actually be bought up from the Night Stalker, because you know, Purge, when you get your Blink Dagger on bat, you gotta blaze it up shortly thereafter. That's when you get the kills happening.
Exactly. And it doesn't take a whole lot for bat to secure a kill. I mean, they're gonna have Zeus ulti up by the time he's ready to set up a kill, and if it's just like Night Stalker plus Bat Rider, well, actually the Night Stalker bought it for the bat, and the bat's like,
it. He's like, I'm sober.
I don't need that shit.
I learned from Dare that I need to stay off that stuff. Just say no. So I'm gonna go do it the old-fashioned way and walk
back to the lane. No, he's actually just gonna sit by the tier 2 tower and think about where he's gonna go. Oh, big skewer on the bot lane. Medusa uses her ulti, but the Magnus pushes her way back, but unfortunately gets frozen up. The rest of them. It was a really good attempt, but
yeah.
wasn't good enough. And where's Bat going out top? So they're anticipating somebody coming back to the top lane to farm. And this is pretty good timing because the Venge is picking up 5 here. So Venge is just going to look like, oh, I'm just Venge sitting here grabbing some free experience. But at some point, someone's going to come back to the top lane.
Yeah.
And this is the easiest way to set up a gank.
Because this is how it seems to go nowadays with Dota with this new meta and how these heroes play. It's you farm enough in the lane so that you can just go jungle. And then you let the support take over the lane and kind of boost up his XP. But they catch out where the troll is. And there's your debut of the Blink Dagger on one of the best targets. Troll now on his pedestal, the high ground.
The next closest thing to a gank. Oh, he brings him back up. He's like, hey, buddy.
Okay,
let's
welcome
fight.
to the party.
Will he die, though? It's going to be close. Really close.
Oh,
Zeus ult. Zeus. Worth it. And they're going to get a Magnus kill, possibly. He's going to TP out. There's the ward. Gets him with the bolt. Easy kill on the double. That was a nice play there by the Magnus, but he actually trapped himself up there. And, yeah. And there's a Zeus Midas at 12 minutes. Really fast. He's got an Arcane Boost. He's got 5 kills, man. He's only got 39 CS, which is really weak for a mid lane hero, but who cares when you got 5 kills? His net worth has got to be huge.
Farming up heroes at this point, I mean, farming creeps is overrated when you're a Zeus. Getting the heroes, that's where the real value's at. And speaking of getting good value, Flo now working with this pretty girthy stack over here. Got 1k gold saved up, trying to invest towards that Blink Dagger. And we're anticipating Duza with their lineup. They may be a bit behind if you're counting Zeus bringing all this early potential, but they have that team fight. It's slowly coming together. They have the Blink already, of course, on Undershock and his Magnus. Blink soon to come on your Tidehunter. Blinks, man. That's going to be the name of the Duza game right now.
They're going to have at least 4. They're going to have at least 4.
You could even get a Blink on a Troll and have 5 Blinks.
I think at that point, he's going to need a BKB first probably, but a Blink afterwards maybe wouldn't be that bad, because once your entire team has Blinks, think about how mobile you are and how much you can initiate. Like, you could initiate Hex the Medusa and 5 heroes jump on her and just kill her. And what do they have to counter that in terms of team fight? They have Swap from Venge.
They do have
and
Zeus
Lasso.
Ultimate that could stop a lot of the Blinks if they time it
That's
out.
True. That's
if they time.
That's a really good point.
That's if, you know, Duza doesn't get the jump onto Zeus. If they're leading with the fight, they can stop everyone from going anywhere.
Magnus wanted to go in there a little bit earlier, but he did get blocked by Static Field, skewering back to Medusa. There's a stun. She does have an ulti, but if they can keep the chain stun up, she's getting pretty low, almost out of mana. There's Echo Slam as well. She's so low, needs like 3 hits, but she's going to stay alive. Barrett cleans up the tide. Oh my gosh, Magnus is going to go down. Earthshaker is going to go down.
Undershock also going to go down. Unbelievable. They had the upper hand, the jump on Medusa, and they couldn't get it done. Also, Zeus, in Viz, was able to sidestep, could have been caught in that RP as well, and things would have gone completely different. He was able to pop out and dish out all that raw damage. Vengeful Spirit was able to show up and get the swap, and that was a disaster for Duza. They were just hoping to get another go on the Medusa. It failed the first time. It fails the second time even worse. And now it's M5 with an 8-6 early game advantage. And net worth now going towards the 2k advancement. Oh boy, oh boy. Duza, the one thing they get out of that is Troll had been farming.
Yeah, that went way worse than it needed to due to the OP-ness that is Static Field. And that's something we see a lot more now with Zeus being picked, is that sometimes you're going to get lucky. They're like, oh, you're about to initiate me? Well, my, 1200 range Static Field is going to do damage to you. Like, look at that. Magnus just took damage from that Arc Lightning.
That's crazy.
And he would have Blink and RP 2 heroes, but instead he had to wait 3 seconds before he went in.
That's so good.
If anything should get... I can't believe it's 1200 range. That's actually ridiculous. I feel this needs to get... I feel like that needs to get nerfed, because that range is so huge. 1200, like, it just blocked his Blink Dagger, and then he didn't get a 2-man RP.
Look at him. He's down to half life. He has ult now in 1 second. If he got forward and got one more lightning bolt off, that would have been a dead Magnus.
Maybe static field shouldn't interrupt blinks or something like that. I don't know, but it stopped the blink dagger on the Magnus. Magnus was not able to RP 2 heroes, and that gank was a lot harder. The other thing that made the gank a little harder was that Tide went for Tranquil Boots this game over Arcanes, which means that he didn't have mana for Ravage in that fight. He didn't actually cast a whole lot of anything. He pretty much just right-clicked there. If he had a Gush, if he had a Ravage, if he had an Anchor Smash, we would have talked about, you know, the mana going down faster on the Medusa, or a stun guaranteeing that he can't run a little bit. Like, it would have made the difference.
Uh-oh. Troll's trying to do something sneaky here, but they're going to get spotted. There goes the global ult. Bat moves in, gets the lasso onto Troll, pulls him up to the high ground. Not this again. Not this again. Axmo. It's going to get caught, but here looks coming in from behind. Fissure's going to connect, locks him in the pit. Troll does eventually get burned down. Ravage is going to fly out. Afterlife swaps herself to the other side of the fissure, and is going to be fine. Necroman shows up, but he's got no more mana, but they got enough raw damage output to clean up, and they take down 3. ZXC gets the double kill on the Medusa, and Moscow5 just emphatically coming back to Duza, showing them that game number 1 was a fluke because they lost their Shadow Fiend.
Yeah, those just... It's so dangerous to go for Roche like that. I don't know if he even used the smoke to get in there, but he also didn't go Mask of Madness, which I guess is not that weird on Troll. Most people are... I've seen a lot of people go Mask of Death and then straight into a BKB, something like that, but he's opting for Helm of the Dominator so he could have the damage from the Alpha Wolf, and then the armor as well is pretty helpful for Roshin, but it's so hard to go in there, and they didn't anticipate that at all. Their ward is actually very defensive. It only catches basically like the I'm about to die vision of the Roshan pit, so when they're like, okay, I'm trapped. Whereas if you ward on the other side of the jungle, then you can deal with, oh, they're approaching, maybe we can do something about that, but the Magnus just got caught completely. He couldn't go back in because he lost half of his HP just empowering the Troll, and if you're against the Bat, he just puts you on the high ground and you're having a bad time. Like, man, that cliff is... Bat's really strong right now. He really is. The Roche changes made such a big difference. There's more places to trap people, things like that.
Bat's already like one of the best, being able to contest any sort of Roche play. You got the access to all that high ground to just get people stuck, flame break, move in, grab up your Aegis, blink out, see you later. It's just... You never can feel safe going for Roche as long as he's out there and in the dark. So it was a gamble, but does not pay out. And now you can see M5 benefit from it, bringing some really farm. Look at this. He anticipates the Troll coming in, has the ward there, has the vision, and back to the high ground you go for the 3rd time this game.
Man.
Troll just hates his life right now. That's just Bat has his number.
Yeah, that's we're mad at you guys for winning that last game, so we're gonna play really hard and do a bunch of annoying stuff to you guys.
Oh man.
Like 8-0 Zeus, the Troll is 0-4-3. That is not the stats of a well-farming hero.
Look at these aggro
they're just
wards
ganking
too.
him in.
They just have one way back. Anytime Troll wants to move to that jungle, they have the know-how, and they're just gonna be 1-2 steps ahead.
I guarantee that their jungle, if he aggressively jungles, it's safer than his jungle at this point.
Yeah. Oh god.
Earthshaker's got 200 gold. Do we have a lasso? Probably not yet. No, 34 seconds. Nice Dark has his first piece of his Ags. He's also got a double gauntlet, which I assume was going to potentially be an urn.
Yeah, I think it was going to be an urn, but then suddenly he had 1,200 gold to spend.
He's like, you know what?
I'll get a point.
Eggs all the way. Let's rush it. He's very close now. He only needs, 1,900 more. There's a huge stack over here the raiding team can clean up with Duza. She's only got level 1 split shot is the problem.
Double damage.
Thank
you very much, RNG.
Feel this will not die very fast.
Try though. Wave will help. She's gonna do the classic.
I guess it's gonna take a while.
Hide by the trees, and
if she had at least one more point, this would be significantly faster. But
back in the day when no one played Duza, this was what you did in pubs.
Oh yeah, with a Quelling Blade.
Yeah, Quelling Blade yourself behind the trees and just boop, boop, boop.
That 12% damage increase on range that actually didn't increase.
Worked in my games. No one cared about those ancients. No one would check that.
You look you check the scoreboard and you're like, why is there a level 6 Duza that I've never seen? Yeah, whatever. She probably has a Midas and a Lincolns, whatever.
My teammates are just losing that lane wherever she's in. Oh well. Oh, I hear a lasso.
Here comes another high ground. This guy has mastered the only downside is his Firefly is really off cooldown. He's actually going to get punished for it for once. Duza's like, haha, we got you finally.
Oh, haha. Yep. Well, to the high ground.
And Troll gets the Alpha Wolf as well, so maybe they're going to be able to snake Roche here. That was the major hero that was going to deal with it. I mean, Duza could show up, but she's only got a Scotty. Her HP's not completely full. There's the Zeus ult. And they see it, but I don't know if they can react to it, honestly.
No, not without Bat now. Definitely not easy.
Zeus has half mana. He's got no ulti now.
Oh, gets a lot of damage on the Limbo. There's the fissure stun.
Yeah, that's a dead Roche, I think.
Been used, but Roche will go down.
Night Stalker is so close to it. Oh, he goes for the kill. He gets it. Earthshaker's going to fall. A little bit of combo working there.
Okay.
Roche is going to fall.
All right. right, good quick snag, but the Roche has been done, and if they lose their Earthshaker forward, so be it. At least they got it, but Big Gnome not letting up quite yet. Nightfall at 20 minutes. Perfect timing as they want to move on forward. Undershock silenced up because of it, and he goes down. Magnus gets dropped. This Wolf also. Yummy. Snagged up there for Big Gnome. Troll not happy about that. He liked that Wolf.
They recovered that really well, considering the fact that the bat was dead. They just poked and were able to get some kills. Look at this ward right now by the Roche pit. Look how strong it is.
Such a strong ward.
It spots the tree.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Hey, he sees the bat. There's a bat
Oh, wow.
there.
It's actually paying off right now. They're going to see the bat coming. They're thinking about it. It worked. I can't. Wow, I feel like an asshole now, man.
No, Flo is like, okay.
What a
okay,
sick-ass ward.
Such a hater.
No, that was a good one.
Now you're going to take that to your next game as a support. Okay, here we go. They want this tier 1. Glyph is going to be popped.
Blink is ready. They can Ravage this, but he doesn't have a whole lot of mana. It's the problem with the Tranquil Boots build. He's got
let's
Ravage
think
and he's
about
done. All right. Duza has a Scotty. All right.
Oh, look at their vision. They don't see anyone behind the tower. The Radiant team do not.
Okay. Oh, there's the Fissure on Duza. Shields, though. And that's it.
Sorry,
Disengage.
Casper question mark, whatever. We'll make the best of it. Gaze gets popped. Tower gets denied. Swap back save from Afterlife helps out on the Zeus.
Bat's not moving. Bat's actually not doing anything.
He's DC'd. He's not there.
Yeah, he's definitely not there. There it is.
Oh my god. So they did that without a bat.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
back
it was fine. Well, the only downside is that Duza still has their ultimates.
Who did that first pause? Was it Duza?
It was Radiant team, and then they resumed.
Must have resumed without Batrider being ready, I guess. I thought maybe Duza just unpaused when they initially paused, thinking that they would be good to go, and Bat wasn't actually ready. So bit of an awkward
I think
situation.
it's
He's
fine.
still gone.
It's fine because they're controlling him. So what they're gonna do is they're gonna go split push with him top. They know they can't fight. Duza used her ulti. She's missing almost all of her mana. She'd have to heal first before they could fight. So that tower's gone. But the fight maybe could have been won if the bat was there, is the thing. But they needed to use it while Duza ulti was going off. And there still wasn't a Ravage. That means Duza still has all of their fight stuff, whereas M5 doesn't.
I just figured I was surprised they didn't pause, but I guess they'd used up all of their reserve pause time. I don't know if it is attached to the whole series, but they're just going to have to make do with the Batrider being gone.
Really?
That's unfortunate.
They
replaced the player who DCs and they got another one.
Is that really what it is? That would be terrible for them.
This is just my assumption considering that Bat's not here and they're not pausing.
Yeah, that is pretty peculiar. Not that different based on how the game started, though. Duza is not going to complain about missing players, that's for sure.
No, certainly not. I mean, they almost got away with that last game, remember?
Yeah.
The whole Moscow5 DC, they're like, hey, listen, you can't pause anymore, so
exactly.
we win in 10
And the game
seconds.
before that where they took the victory due to a DC.
the legit one. They're about to go 3-0 in a best of 3. I don't know how that happens, but
Yeah.
we'll see. 14-7 though. It's Moscow5 with the upright advantage, trying to still make it work. Even now, down a man.
There it
Limbo, see you later. Gets stunned, gets zapped down to the high ground. Flow now.
It's a really nice play from Venge there to catch the kill. Looking for a swap, maybe. Almost grabbed him. No vision, though.
That fog.
He gets away. Oh, they're going to go line things up. Duza is blocking him off. Says, I'll just use my ulti or I'll slow you. She needs the ulti. There it is. Super slowed now, and there's the bonus damage. Can she right click? She's been stunned for so long. Zeus damage is nothing, though, because he's completely magic immune during it. That's a little bit of a lack of synergy.
10 life on this
Oh
troll.
my god, he
away.
lives. And that's Aegis. So that's going to save his Aegis completely. That's a big victory there.
Oh my god.
That's the anti-synergy of their draft. If Medusa's stun goes through, they become magic immune. They take bonus physical damage, but no magic. And Zeus used a bolt and an arc lightning.
And that's not having a Batrider who probably would have made a big difference.
He just said no pause.
Wow, wrecked. Okay, well, I'm sure we'll hear this on the Russian Reddit, whatever they got going on over there. But hey, we're
Team wasted limit.
Team wasted limit. Okay, so I guess it's for Starlight. I guess it's series bound. If you one game pause for a certain period of time,
I mean, it's pretty reasonable. If you have some team that just genuinely has internet problems, like it's 20 minutes per game is too much.
This is Dota. Internet is your life at this point. You need to make sure it works.
It's unfortunate for them, but on the bright side, it's not like this is a huge match.
It's true.
It's just an elimination match.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if Moscow5 lose this, they're going to be going down to whatever it was, Starlight or B.
And that's too bad because they seem to be the better team, I would say. They've definitely been playing better this game.
Oh, man. And this was the late replacement squad that they probably threw together a 5-man roster to make it count. So
that's possible. We don't really know.
Stack, but
I don't really know which one of these guys are actual long-standing members. It's entirely possible that they are, or they maybe have been the last month.
I believe Limbo's been a member for a while, but yeah. Oh, no, sorry, not Limbo. Big Num, I believe, has been a member for a while, but yeah.
All right, and there's the Bloodstone on Zeus. A pretty common item to grab early on now. The main benefits are the fast respawn time, the stupid amount of mana regen that you get, and just the overall HP gain. People have been moving away from the eggs build in the early game at least, which slightly confuses me, but the whole suicide, respawning faster, and unlimited mana thing is pretty nice to have.
Yeah, some people seem to put so much into Bloodstones nowadays.
Yeah.
I guess for the late game factor as well.
It is so good. The lower cooldown is really amazing, honestly.
Yeah.
It's one of the best things about it. Even the suicide is really fantastic. You can save a gold streak, things like that. Might catch an Earthshaker. There it is. Blink in. Don't need 5 heroes to do this one, and that should be a dead Earthshaker to start off the battle. He does go down. No Echo for him. Will they grab more? They might go chase for it, but they have no lasso. They might just turn this into a push, I guess. They have Ags on Nightstalker. That's super significant. It's nighttime. He used his ultimate. He's got vision, but I don't think they'll catch anybody.
And the Aegis had expired at that point for Duza.
Tide's thinking about going in, but he's spotted right now. They see him.
Oh,
they see all the heroes.
Going. Move forward. Dishes out the axes. Catches 2 with RP. Move in. Ravage catches the rest. And now they can clean house. DXC on the backhand line. Goes out Stone Gaze and a safe TP exit. No, cancels the TP. Now wants to fight. Necroman has a huge bounty. If he goes down, he hands over a pretty nice purse. Flying to the high ground is going to be the bat.
Good blink.
And, well, there's going to be this touchback. Necro able to get off the kill.
Will they
now
grab him? Bolt.
Axe gets it. Beyond godlike now for your Zeus.
This is the best AFK Batrider I've ever seen, man.
I know, he's flying all over the place, but they're making it work.
He wants to deal with the Duza. Oh, I'm sorry, Duza's on his team. Oops.
But he wants to.
But that was a good fight.
He's not looking to let up, is the point. And Duza, who should have the upper hand being the 5-man squad, yeah, they went down in Aegis, but they turned to make a fight.
Yeah.
They actually landed 2 good ults, but
I felt like the Ravage was bad, but then it caught the Zeus as well as the other
Zeus
heroes.
And the bat, yeah.
And the Duza was super sectioned off. If they would have been able to kill the Zeus there, it would have been completely worth it. But it seemed like their focus was on other people a bit. Even the Nightstalker had a bad initiation as well. All he did was silence the troll, who immediately removed it with BKB. So he didn't really accomplish a whole lot. He was trying to catch the magnets to prevent the RP, but it didn't quite work. The troll jumped on him instead. And he's got a gem now, so he can't die. He's got to stay alive, and he's got to de-ward wards. So once he gets some wards killed, they're going to have a really big level advantage, or vision advantage, and it's almost nighttime, naturally. So plus he's almost got his ult again. So it's looking okay for M5. They can definitely still win the next couple fights.
You can just tell for M5, vision in general is the utmost support. It's already having a Zeus on your team as well, and now they want to kind of secure the map and secure the farm that's out there and take away all that vision and restrict Duza from feeling comfortable, from venturing out from the front gates. They've been doing that all game, too, just the aggressive wards in the jungle and constantly keeping Troll in check, whether he's jungling or not. But now a man down. We question as far as how long this momentum could last if they can't hold on to this huge boost of an early game. You got to remember that this game started with Magnus having the good head start, getting that bounty, getting those couple of kills, had a good start in the mid-game period, but it's Zeus on the other side who's 11-0.
Still hasn't died.
Still hasn't died.
He's got boots of travel now, so he's really naturally fast, high HP.
He's blink. He's all over the place.
So the biggest thing that I want to talk about in terms of what the disconnect means is you can't buy any more bad items, but luckily, he's already got Blink and Force. If he was like sub-Force or something, think how different the game would be. Bat can basically survive the whole game on these items right here. It's not super significant that he doesn't have more. Zeus gets a solo kill on an Earthshaker who's farming. It's one of the scary things about farming in the late game. You're like, oh yes, free lane. And then he just rotates over and kills you. That was an Invis rune, I believe. He used that around the mid lane, and then he walked all the way top, right through ward vision, initiated by Invis, and got a kill. So
mid lane, they try to go for the Blink skewer.
Missed Blink on the
forced
bat.
to get out, so they can't get a hold of him. They were trying to take advantage, like, oh, the bat's probably DC. I can make a jump onto him, but nope, not happening, fool.
Deuce's mana's a little low for this fight. Just missing about 500. That's pretty significant. The amount of survivability you get is massive from that.
Yeah.
So 2.5 damage per mana point. So that's like 700 times 2 is 1400. That's like,
don't look to me for math.
That's like it's like 1700 HP or something like that. It's basically like double the HP that she's missing due to her mana being gone. That's really big. That's one of the reasons that this build in some way is lacking. You don't have much mana regen, so your max mana is never full. There's the Ravage to initiate, grabs 2, Anchor Smash on Duza as well. They're going in. Right click, she doesn't get her ulti off. Her mana's 2 drained there. Skewer back as well, but it only catches the vent. Huge RP, catches a couple of heroes together, and this might be Duza's fight.
But look at Necroman, the back lines, gets a couple of kills with his ult, but now he's the one in trouble. Echo goes out, doesn't connect on anyone, and Necro goes down. That's 842 bounty gold going into Limbo's pocket. And overall, the team, they get about a 3K net worth swing for Duza. Their first big fight of the game. mean, you could chalk it up to having a lack of a player in Bat Rider, but it was just a finicky start. And like you called out, Duza, was she even in fighting shape at that point to take an engagement? She wasn't, but Duza, move in and get it.
The initial fight did so much damage that she went below the mana cost to use her ultimate. If she had full mana, I guarantee she could have casted her ulti there, and they might have been able to win that fight. So we could perhaps actually criticize her lack of mana or mana regen item. That's why sometimes having a Linken's is so nice, because it guarantees that you have something constantly increasing in your mana pool. And since she was missing 600, that's tons of HP, and most importantly, the ability to use her teamfight ultimate.
Big Num's like, you guys doing Roche? Well, that's cool. Hello, Viz! Fine.
Gets it.
See you later, nerds! Can't see me now!
The random skewer! Oh,
Shockwave does connect, but he still makes it out. Oh, man. Thank you, Ice Frog, but they still not done yet. They actually managed to get him away from the pit. Someone is controlling the Bat Rider, but he gets blasted with the finger. Here comes Medusa back from the dead, showing off her Stone Gaze, but will get no one petrified. Still, they get a hold of the Tidehunter with the help of Necroman on the return and more nukes. Weck, whoops, misses the Earth Spike. Boom! Gets blasted. Necroman after getting killed. Immediate double kill.
If they can wave a tear him and then stun him, they'll get him, but if you go through the stun, he'll just blink dodge it, no problem. So he's going to live as well. He backs up. And now this will be M5 taking a Roche. I mean, they can still win this. No Echo Slam on the Earthshaker, but he can go for a Fissure, and this would definitely be dead Night Stalker. They catch him with a stun. He's going to be able to blink away. It's like Zeus going fine. Refresher.
Zeus
Linken's
holds on the outside for now. Troll. He's empowered. He looks to be coming around the corner from the north
doesn't have
here.
BKB though. There's no way this will go well.
Limbo
maybe.
is ready to party.
Oh, that's going to be Dead Night Stalker. No, he doesn't see him.
Nope, not happening.
Goes
Troll
right. He gets the Aegis. Big play from him.
Back.
Oh, the skewer brings Medusa away. I don't know if that was good or not.
Necro is on the high ground.
Why isn't anybody killing Night Stalker? What's happening?
I don't know. There's two different fights.
He's not even moving.
Gets out of there. Undershock locked in the trees, and now Medusa's left behind. Axmo says, where the hell do you think you're going?
If he gets a proc or a bash, it's a dead here. There's the Hex. That's going to be it.
That's it.
Medusa definitely killed.
Boom.
This game's surprisingly close 5v4. Night Stalker just stood there. I don't, maybe he was invisible.
DC now. What is he doing?
I don't know. He's actually just standing there.
Was
the dire team doesn't see him there.
He must be playing
This
Bat
could
Rider.
be an easy tie kill.
DC2! Oh my god.
Ooh, we got a salty man.
Hope you guys are enjoying while we got 3 dropped. I felt that one, dude. That was salt.
That was
I understand, though. I mean, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, but let's be real. They waited 20 minutes in the previous match.
Yeah. Oh my god.
And it's been actually 10 to 15 minutes of game time, and the bat is still not back. There is no salvation to him coming back if it's not like a 4-minute reconnect. Like anything longer than 10 minutes is an extreme situation, and if it's already happened once today, there is no excuse.
There's also no reason to take it on the other team. I understand Zeus's frustration. He's very upset. He says it. You could see it via the emoticons there. You're in a situation like this, you have no one to blame except the person on your team, and you don't want to be doing that either. It's just like, I can't imagine.
There's not a good solution, but you can't be salty about it if they're not waiting for you when they... Oh, man. Yeah, they're actually flaming each other right now. I'm just glad it's in English so that we can follow.
Yeah, that's the important thing. We gotta make sure that even in pause we put on a good show.
Stop talking, maybe.
But someone, I'd have to say, Purge is probably a bit crabby. You mad, bro? No, sorry. So it really does suck, because the thing is that these games have been so entertaining and so close. I want them to have 5 players. I want it to be even. I don't want these hiccups, because it takes away from what has been such a great game.
It really has.
And the players recognize that as well. They're like, this game is good. We clearly, I mean, M5 are like, they feel, and I almost feel as well, that they have been playing a lot better Dota. And unfortunately, just with stuff like this, it just doesn't work.
It's possible they're getting DDoSed or something like that, but as a professional player, it's still your responsibility to protect your IPs as good as you can. And sometimes there's nothing you can do about it, but...
Casper's a nice guy, though. He lets them have their pause. He's like,
this is significant, because before, in the last game, he didn't allow... Or actually, earlier, he didn't allow a pause, and now he's letting a pause because there's a lot of DCs here.
So he's throwing them a bone.
It's entirely possible here that somebody's DDoSing for bets, since Duza is the team that's less favored, if I'm not mistaken.
That's the tinfoil hat conspiracy I did throw out as well in the secret matchup where they lost 2 and they were the 94% odds favorite. I'm like, someone's trying to maybe do something with the system, but Guys, there's no evidence. This is just us.
No evidence.
Throwing down.
Yeah, no evidence.
You know, hey, listen, they can't see what I'm doing with my hands right now, so. This is just what we're looking at from our caster's perspective right now.
It's if somebody's actually doing that. That's like pretty scummy.
It is scummy, and it's unfortunate because
it's like, yeah, okay, I can understand making money, but like you're ruining so many other things to gain $40.
You're ruining
I don't know.
esports.
You're like ruining these guys' games. You're like hurting their potential to make it as a pro. You're hurting all the viewers' enjoyments. You're wasting a lot of time in the scene. It's such a God.
I have to bullshit with you.
I feel like there's a nicer way to do something scummy that doesn't affect so many people. I don't know.
A nice way to do something scummy?
I'm not gonna be like, go rob a bank instead of DDoSing Dota games, but like, I don't know, man. You just can't rob a bank from your bedroom unless you're a hacker or something.
No. Well, everyone coming in, tuning in, maybe you're waking up over here on the state side of things and figuring out what the hell's actually happening, why are there 2 people missing from Moscow5, why were they playing with only 4? Well, in the previous game, Moscow5 did lose their Shadow Fiend at the back end, and we waited as long as possible, but we gave them too much time, or not we, but Starladder did, and we had to play on. Now in this next game matchup, they lose their Bat Rider. Casper says they got to play on. Now they lose their Night Stalker, and they give him the benefit of the doubt and a little bit of extra pause time, but Purge, more than likely, he's not going to be making it back. But this isn't going to be the last Dota of the day. You know, it doesn't stop here. After this best of 3 matchup, and I'll show it up. Boom, Starladder TV production value. This matchup, M5 versus Duza. After this, though, we got Team Secret taking on London Conspiracy. And Purge, this group is not from the UK, we've learned.
The London Conspiracy group
But they're just the London Conspiracy, yeah.
There
is no UK Dota scene, apparently.
Are they actually from Greece?
They are, I believe,
it says Greece on there.
Yeah, I think it's Greece. I think they actually might have fixed it now.
Okay.
Didn't say that before. I don't know what these other things say.
Whoa, Starladder.
Boom! Monday night Starladder. No, what is it? It's Sunday? Thursday?
Wow.
That's what happens, dude. I'm telling you. When you're a caster in this house,
I mean, I'm usually off by like 3 days. You're off by like you're reverse 5. Like,
I mean, it's 2013, right?
Yeah.
I guess I got that right.
No, it's 2012, man.
Oh, okay.
Get it together.
Dota 2 is a hell of a game. It just came out, but in all seriousness, no. For the matchups today after this, what would you? I mean, both these teams are 2-0 right now. Secret versus London Conspiracy. I don't know if you really even had the opportunity to see any LC games.
I've never seen London Conspiracy play, but I've watched quite a few Secret games from DAC and things like that.
What do you think of the new Secret squad with their recent pickup of Arteezy and Zai? Zai and S4 have been interchangeable with what they do in the game. Any of them, either of them could be the offlane, either of them could be the 4, either of them could be Bristle, either of them could be Axe, either of them could be Quap.
Yeah.
Do you think that's kind of a nice system they have going with their lineup with these players?
I mean, I think the only reason they're able to do that is because both of those 2 players are so ridiculously talented.
Yeah.
They're like just so good that they're able to do that, and that's one of the nice things that star power teams allow you to do. In this case, they grabbed literally the best of the best. I mean, there's been a lot of star teams that have been made in the past, similar to like DK. But DK is another good example. It's like they actually just got the best players that are so freaking good that they can do such fancy things that you see weird styles and like rotations and position changes and things.
It's not as bad as like when we see these like pub stacks come together because they kind of have a team foundation and then they have the luxury of bringing in little players and all-stars to kind of fill in those voids. It's pointless to play 3v5. GG, you can play after we left. Boom, they're done. M5 dropped the mic and they say, we're not playing this game. We're done. I mean, I don't blame them. There's certainly no coming back 3v5. And
that's a dead Bat Rider, Sick Ravage.
I mean, I got him.
Man.
I don't know what Vasya means, but
I don't know
1
what the
times
rule,
9, whatever the hell that is.
I don't know what the rule for rares is, but I feel like this will
be a wash. I think.
Yeah, there's no way they don't award wins.
So that's the thing is that
assume.
if that is the case, and there's scummy people out there doing stuff like that, the games end up being this, and it ends up being canceled anyway, so no one gets anything out of it. We don't get to enjoy a game. They don't even get their hats.
Yeah.
That's why I feel like it can't necessarily just be that, but...
Maybe they DDoS too hard.
Yeah. Can you guys just do a DDoS, not the DDoS, if you will?
Can't you just, like, disconnect somebody in one crucial engagement and then, like, make it look like...
Like a, whoa, quick unplug, replug?
Yeah.
You know?
That would maybe, but no, let's
like,
pause.
oh, guys, I'm lagging, unplug, replug.
I feel like it's too far gone now.
It is. They all left. It's over, folks. We're done here. I mean, the game's going to get wrapped up. Maybe we'll learn between the series as far as what the hell actually happened there, but I mean, I guess it's safe for us to wait and get the confirmation before I just kind of go into post-show, but this is looking like it's pretty old.
That was
Dota.
that was nothing more than a word disconnected and nice competitive Dota. I agree. That was a really... Man, what an unfortunate series. It was so good. The games were so good both times, and then disconnects. Just really unfortunate.
It's unfortunately because it's been happening each day, and then the Dota between the disconnects has been so good. I feel like we're missing out. You get like these crazy antics, you get your classic Russian Dota, but yeah, it's over. There's no way no one's going to play this out. They're already in the base, they're taking racks. Medusa is the only one that's like, I'm a player. I'll hang around. But yeah, she's going to be controlling the... Look at this, she's playing the bat. Kill. She's going to get a solo kill. Haha, last laugh. Belongs to me, fools. ZXC, can he get the double kill here on his own? I'm hyping this up, I don't know why. Vengeful Spirit.
Was he a stun? No Ravage because they used it on a Bat Rider who's AFK.
Earthshaker tried to block him in.
Are they actually trying to win this game? Is that what's happening?
I don't know what the hell's going on.
I think
Imagine
this is a real
comeback.
This is a Rage Dota game right now.
This is like a leftover sloppy pub. I mean, at this point, I'm just like, you know what? I'm done, guys. I'll take the abandon or whatever. I'm ready to move on to my next match.
Did we have Zeus like full leave there?
I mean, he was the...
He looked angry.
He was the... Yeah, he was the
And it looked like he left.
I wouldn't blame him. And he was the late replacement, wasn't he? Comes in this match 17-2 and ends up losing. Yeah.
Well, on the bright side, Duza almost has... I guess we're casting this. Duza almost has her Mjolnir, or she does have her Mjolnir.
I can't believe it.
I'm not a huge fan of Maelstrom on Medusa personally, for a couple reasons. I kind of like stat items better, but once you get the Maelstrom or the Mjolnir, it's really good because the damage reflect on it is really strong. It's really undervalued, I think. And if you put on a tanky hero that's taking a lot of damage sources, you're reflecting a lot of AoE magic, which is really strong. If her ulti does set in, though, it doesn't do damage. They're all
back except for the Zeus now. Even Bat Rider's back.
Oh, jeez.
Bat Rider's now back. It's only the salty Zeus who left and is not returned. I wonder if they're like, dude, come back.
Wow.
Come back. Bat Rider's back.
I really hope that guy didn't press the leave
What
game
if they
button.
win? What if they come back and win now?
Dude, I bet he
They
pressed...
already lost Rack's bottom.
I feel like that guy definitely pressed the leave game button. He didn't just disconnect.
He's probably in a pub. Can we look it up?
You know how mad I would... God, if I was on a team and somebody did, like, rage left the game like that before it was, like, super... That would be really frustrating because they can still win this game. They lost a range barracks. That's not too bad. They lost a big team fight.
They're playing Zeus and getting kills mid now. They got him a kill.
Goodbye.
Oh man, the shit talk.
This is ridiculous.
Okay, the game is on, guys. That's what's happening.
This NBA matchup is turned into street ball, and people are throwing elbows. Taking jabs at moms.
And no one cares.
No one cares. There's a little sand in your eyes.
Meg's gonna
Undershock. Nice.
RP
one man. RP onto the disconnected one.
Good
swap back
swap.
safe. They still get him. And they'll take down the Vengeful Spirit here. And there's the stun.
There's actually no Blink online. He opted for a Force Staff this game, which is probably as a result of the Zeus being there. Because if the Zeus ults, you can't do anything. So he opts for Force instead. Interesting choice. Good against if you get lassoed as well. You have a way to try to escape, whereas Blink, once you're lassoed, you're dead. So, I mean, Zeus is on a low cooldown here, and he's got a lot of items. He can use Midas, keep padding up that gold.
I can't believe it. Like, I can't believe this is happening, this theory crafting right now, and that this is just a reality.
The DC theory crafting?
It's like...
something that we don't do enough
It's
of.
a meta that's actually happening, Purge. That's the sad thing.
Yeah,
yesterday, my
DC
matchup
meta.
was secret. They're dealing with 4v3s each game. Then there's this snowball thing that happens in the next game. Now, today, it's this. I mean, this is vodka than dotka.
Well, they're going to defend. Everybody's going to be up. Ducey used her Mjolnir buff already, and she's going for a Manta
back
next.
on Skype and tell them that we actually have a game here. Bat is back. We got to play. He's so mad he left. He's like, I'm going out. I'm going out for a smoke. I'm done.
Yeah, maybe he'll come back. I don't know.
Oh, man. So, well, with what they're stuck with, still racks down. They clear out the bottom. I mean, they have a Medusa. Rapier, maybe one day. I've seen crazier
Possibly.
comebacks.
He's going mostly AoE items right now. Mjolnir with Manta style is a ton of AoE damage. Isn't very good at dealing with the troll, but all of the other heroes are going to be no problem. So maybe at some point get a butterfly. I mean, at that point, troll will probably have to get an MKB because he should be anticipating a butterfly. Butterfly is definitely the next item, I think.
Oh boy. Oh, what? Flow
Got a hero on the high
What
ground.
is he doing?
Oh, he's
he
just-
goes up, forces the high ground, blinks the other way.
Just being a ward, you know, just tied on two things.
Okay. All right, both sides kind of eyeball each other a bit, but no one makes that committed move into second base, and they look to separate for now. I'm sure. What do you think if you're Duza at this point, and you're seeing what the hell's happening on the other team? I mean, imagine just like, okay, we won, right?
Well,
and then like, wait, are we not won?
If there's any team that can play against disconnected players, it's Duza. They've got experience with this.
Yes, yes.
They've probably got the roles worked out.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they're initiating. Hex, he gets the ulti off, though. Pretty huge. There's another stun on Duza. Swap is one. They're initiating. If they can kill some supports, it would be pretty good, but Lion's HP is pretty big. There's the RP. Whiffs it. Actually, the static field probably stopping him once again, or the Zeus ult or something, but he's dead. Maybe Night Stalker falling his ult, but he gets last out. That might keep the Night Stalker alive, and Duza's getting really low. Mana's gone, but her damage is not that significant yet, and she goes down. Pipe really helping out, actually.
Pipe guy. Ultra kill. Oh, Rampage. Rampage!
Whoa.
What a huge fight for
And
Duza.
they call a good game. I feel
Okay, now we've had enough.
they could have won that game if he wasn't gone.
Why do the second game we have to finish it going, oh, if, what if, maybe if Shadow Fiend was back. Now it's maybe if Zeus was there. We don't get to find out these answers just because these games are ridiculous. That's just unfortunate. That's unfortunate. Well, that's Dota though. So Duza ended up going 3-0 in this best of 3 series if you count that 0.5 of a game that happened in between where M5 were all there, but due to a lack of connection issue or more connection issues and a lack of stability, M5 will go down 0-2 in this matchup. It's unfortunate as it is. Duza though, what can they do? You know, they're just the other team. They're going to play out the game and they get to walk away from the series 2-0, which definitely helps them in their group stage action. And that's all she wrote, man. Any last thoughts as far as that series goes?
It was it could have been better, I guess. A lot of pauses, but it's done at least, and we might not even be over time now since it's a 2-0. So at least there's a little polished turd at the end of the runway. You know,
we'll find out exactly what matchup is going to be coming up
Secret
next
versus, is it not?
Oh, you know what? Oh yeah, no, sorry. It is Secret versus LC. But as far as timing goes here, come on, buddy.
Can you put crabs on this screen, or is it not possible?
I can put crabs on whatever screen you want. You want crabs on this screen?
I would like some crabs.
Oh, the crabs
it doesn't
aren't
work.
working.
It's probably in the background, maybe.
It has to be on this screen, I guess. Yeah, there's the crabs
man.
that switch over. You know what? Maybe we can get the production value for your Purge. I'm sorry, but as far as the scheduling goes, that's what's important here, not just crabs all the time. But come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. Here we go.
Starletter
TV. So Duza take their win 2-0 over Moscow5. Our next matchup coming at 21:30 CET. Quick Purge. What is that in?
God, I don't know what the conversion
I
is.
put you on the spot.
It's probably
It's
just
gotta be
had
2:30.
Yeah, we just had daylight savings as well, so I don't even know which way the time zone's going to be going
I don't even
here.
know what day it is, so I can't answer these questions. Guys, 21:30 CET. Whatever that time
All
will
right,
be.
I'm gonna use the power of the internet.
Fine. We can't leave people figuring it out for themselves. They need answers. They can't have anything.
1:30 p.m. Pacific time. That is 19 minutes ago, guys. So
19 minutes ago, we'll be starting up our next best of 3 series, Secret versus London Conspiracy. In all seriousness, we're going to quickly hop out of this one and get into that one. It's been a pleasure as always. If you want to show your support for us and having to put up with these kind of games, catch me over on my Twitter at KotlGuy and my fantastic co-caster joining us again here in the BTS house, Purge. Catch him over on his Twitter at Purge Gamers. Guys, we'll be back in just a moment with more Dota action. Stick around.
G2A.com!
Oh, stop yelling at me!
The best video game store ever! Fast as lightning! Solid as a rock! Cheap as duck! What's more, you can sell on it because it's also a marketplace! Remember G2A.com! The best video game store ever!